the expression written here, 3, 7 plus, looks a little odd to us, but is a valid mathematical expression. It's just written in postfix, where the operands, 3 and 7, show up first, and then the operator shows up after them. And it has its benefits, it has its downsides. When dealing with operations written like this on a computer, we should think about what the benefits are in particular to the computer in processing these. So what benefits are there to writing an operation in this format, this postfix format, rather than infix in terms of computing? And I want you to start to consider how we would have to write an expression like 3 plus 7 times 2 so that we would still get the same benefits that we got from writing 3 plus 7 as 3, 7 plus. Pause the video, think for a moment. You may not solve the longer question, but get a direction, understand what the difficulties are at least. Pause, think about it. Some of the benefits that we discussed before for postfix were that when the computer processes token by token, it sees the two values that it needs to store for a binary operation like plus. It sees the operands, all of the operands, and then the operator, and is able to do the work of that operator immediately. As soon as it sees an operator, it knows it's already seen the data for that operator when it sees the operator itself. So it can do the operation right when it sees the operator because it knows it's already seen the two operands. The other thing that's not as obvious from 3, 7 plus, but that we established a little bit about before, was that there is no need for order of operations. We structure, a postfix statement is structured in such a way that when you see an operator, you do that operation, and they are ordered in a way that provides that structure to it. So, for example, with the 3 plus 7 times 2, we know that the times needs to show up before the plus does, and that when we see the times, we should have already seen both operands for the multiplication to happen. So the trick will be, if we are converting a statement like 3 plus 7 times 2 into postfix, we need to set things up so that the operands are in the correct order and the operators are in the correct order of precedence, order of operations. So the operands have to be in the correct order and operators need to be in order of precedence. So taking that example there, I won't step through the whole process. You'll get to do that in a little bit. But taking that example of 3 plus 7 times 2, one way that it could be validly represented is to have 3, 7, 2, all of the operands. Then we see the multiplication. Then we see the addition. So that tells us that when we see the multiplication, it should be done with the two values that were remembered there, that were most recently seen. And then by the time we see the addition, the plus, we'll have the result from 7 times 2, and we can add that with 3, and we will have our full result for the whole expression. So the operands need to be in the correct order so that they're seen before the operator. and the operators need to be in the correct order of precedence, order of operations, built into the expression. And how you go about that and how you can process a statement like that, you will dig more into as you look at B if you have not finished it, and in particular at C for the postfix activity today.